What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, before we get to Eric's interview, this is a Decklist that he used to get top 4 at South Carolina State, and as he is a Landorus Crobat deck, but this time around, Eric decided to put one Dedini in his deck to, of course, counter Eotol, and he plays a Wonder Peak Ball to help get Zubats out, and most decks, you either decide to go more heavy Colress or more Karina, and we see that he went 3 Karina, 1 Colress, so a heavy Karina line instead of a heavy Colress line. But hopefully you enjoyed the interview. Thanks for watching. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're doing another States question answer video with Eric. And Eric, where are you from?
I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay, and what states are we talking about?
South Carolina states.
Okay, so how'd you end up doing a Swiss?
Swiss, I ended up going 5-2-0. I initially started out really strong. I went 3-0, and then I lost 2, and I was pretty discouraged by that point. So I was like, well, I kind of got to win out from here.
Yeah.
So pressure on. But yeah, I ended up finishing 5-2-0, and I squeaked in at the 8th seed.
All right, very nice. So what were the decks that you played against and that you lost against?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty diverse meta there, which well, as far as the decks I played against at least, so I was kind of happy to see that it wasn't just, Toad running the whole place.
Mm-hmm.
But first round I played against like a Pokemon with like a Camera Up deck. Second round was probably a highlight. I got to play against Guy Bennett, who's another Carolina player. He's really good. He ended up playing Primal Groudon, like Hawlucha, just fighting stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the better games of my Swiss rounds. I ended up playing who went on to become the winner of South Carolina States. His name was Grant Manley, I think. I forget.
Yeah.
But he played against, or he played Virgin with Bats, which was really interesting. I wasn't expecting to see that. But probably the most interesting deck I played against was Pyroar Suicune with, I think he had like Mewtwo and a couple like random attackers, but it was mainly just a bunch of walls, and that really caught me by surprise. I had no idea how to play against that, but still ended up winning because of time, though, luckily. But yeah, those are probably like I guess the highlights of the Swiss rounds for me.
Okay. So going to top 8, are you nervous? Are you excited?
Oh, extremely nervous. Because, well, I've actually never made it past the first round of Top Cut before. So I'm just like, oh, well, here's another tournament to get knocked out of. A good run, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, I had to play against Eric Nance, and I think a lot of people know him. He's been in the game for a long time. He's super, super good player. So I was really intimidated by that because I know Eric was good, but I was optimistic because he was playing Metacham. And since I was playing Bats, I was kind of excited about that because he runs all these really low HP guys I can kind of pick off with Bats and, Hammerhead. So I was cautiously optimistic, I'd say, going into Top Cut.
Mm-hmm. So what ended up happening?
Yeah, the first game, I kind of got steamrolled. I won't even lie. Like, I really wasn't expecting it to do that much to me. Yeah, he just got going way quicker than I did, just kind of trampled all over me. I'm just thinking in my head, yep, getting knocked out. But game 2 was kind of the opposite. He didn't even get Metacham set up the entire game, and I just kind of picked off everything before he really got rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And game 3 was luckily a bit more even. It wasn't just, someone blowing over the other person, it made for a good game. But he had to bench a lot of low HP EXs like Celebi and also Jirachi, and I knew that I was going to help win me the game, and I ended up winning the game because of the Jirachi he benched.
Okay.
So I ended up winning the series. It was pretty exciting.
All right. So now you're on top 4. You finally made it past the top 8. So,
Yeah.
Are you just excited now that you made it to top 4?
Yeah, I was actually really optimistic because I had to once again play against Grant, who ran the Virgin with Bats, and I 2-0'd him in the Swiss round. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna hopefully have the same luck.
Yeah.
So I was kind of excited going into that round, but things didn't go quite as good for that one.
So what ended up happening?
Yeah, first game went pretty much my way, just kind of how it did in Swiss. So that was really nice. And I was like, okay, cool. I just need to do this again. I think I've got it. But the second game I had, I believe it was a How Lucha start with like an Ultra Ball and just basically just a bunch of junk in my hand that I couldn't work with. And he actually, I think he beat me on his second turn. I just didn't have anything else to work with.
Okay.
But luckily again, game three was a little bit more even. But he ended up just being, I guess, just one step ahead of me most of the time, and he ended up sealing the deal.
All right. Well, still top four is very good. So congratulations, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. So in your list, you played the two Landers and two, or the one Lucario. Sorry, the two Landers, one Lucario. Did you ever want like another Lucario or another Landorus, or do you think that was enough?
Um, I'd say overall, I would say it's enough. There were, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are certain times I'd say, man, I could use like one more Landorus right now because one's prized or something like that. But overall, I think I was really happy with, I guess, the attackers I chose.
Okay. Now you did play one Dedini. Was that just for Evisol, or was there another reason besides that?
Yeah, it was mainly for Yveltal. There were some games that did come in handy, mainly that Pyroar Suicune deck I played against. But yeah, it was mainly a tech for Yveltal, but I didn't even play it the whole day, so it didn't do that much outside that one or two games I played with it.
Okay. And you do play the one repeat ball. Did you ever want a second one, or was a three Ultra Ball one repeat ball enough?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good the way I had it. I didn't find myself too often being like, man, I wish I had like another repeat ball, or my hand clumped with Ultra Balls. It felt pretty good.
Okay. And you did play three Super Scoop Ups. Do you know if you were like really flipping heads, or were you like flipping tails a lot?
No, I'd say it was actually pretty even. There was definitely some games where it helped me win, but then I mean, there's some others that I didn't do so good with, and it was pretty even flips most of the day. I didn't feel like I was running hot or anything like that.
Okay. All right. So after playing this tournament, would you change anything in your list, or you think it's pretty solid?
I overall think it's really solid. The one thing that I missed a couple times in the tournament that I really wish I had was Jirachi. It's one of those cards I wanted to include, but I'm already hesitant to play it as it is, just because it's a low HP EX, um, and I just couldn't find the room for it. That was the biggest thing for me. I wanted to play it. It was really that 61st card. But in retrospect, I probably would have taken out maybe like Dedenne or something for it because I remember in top four on our second game, I had an Ultra Ball in my hand. And I was like, man, I could get out of this so easy if I just played that stupid Jirachi.
Yeah, that's true.
So it kind of came back to bite me there. But yeah, that's the one card that I do wish I would have found room for.
Okay. Now, I know a lot of people haven't been playing this deck as much anymore, but why did you decide to play it?
I honestly was kind of scared of Rob.deck. Uh, I thought a lot of people would, see that interview that you posted and get excited and play that. So I wanted to have a way to beat that deck. Um, and just a way to kind of fight against Primal Groudon. I thought there was going to be more of that than there really was. The meta actually mainly ended up being like Kyogre decks, which I wasn't expecting. That Virgin and probably Toad, if I had to say. Um, but I don't know. I just thought it has really solid matchups for the most part, and I hate. It sounds really dumb, but I just hate playing EXs. I like stage two decks, and I was like, man, like what decks out there can run any somewhat viable stage two? So I was like, Lando Bats,
Yeah,
let's
that's
do
true.
it.
All right. So how many championship points you at right now?
Again, this is gonna sound really stupid. It's gonna make me sound like a noob, but I have no idea. I'm this season I've been really inconsistent with playing,
Mhm.
so I'm not really counting on a Worlds invite. Lately, for me, it's just been I get to meet up with a lot of my friends from out of town, and just have like a good weekend. I'm playing for packs more than anything right now.
That's true.
but but don't get me wrong. If I won like a regionals or Nats or something big like that, I'd go to Worlds. Don't get me wrong. It's just not something I'm pursuing like super aggressively right now.
Okay. Now, on top of that, are you going to any regionals coming up, or you're just going to chill?
No, I'm planning on going to the one in Athens, Georgia.
Hmm.
I still have to get the details worked out, who I'm staying with and all that stuff. But I do want to go to that one.
Okay. Now I know the tournament is a month and a half away, and there's a whole new set that comes out and everything. But do you think Landy Bat still has a shot in that format, or do you have like no clue at all?
Um, I have I have no idea. Like I watched someone posted a video of the two Rayquaza decks the other day, and they look super super strong. Like turn two 240 seems pretty nuts.
Hmm.
So I don't know if Landy Bats can keep up with that. But again, I don't even know what the meta is going to be, so it's hard to say. But I'll probably experiment with other stuff. It won't be my first choice. I'll say that.
Okay, that's very true. Well, do you want to give me a shout out to anybody?
Yeah. I'll give a shout out to David Griggs. He's the TO here in South Carolina. Marcus Gill, Will Beers, John and Patrick Orgel, Tyler Hall, Victoria Stillwell. Those are, I guess, some of my main peeps here in the Carolinas. But yeah,
Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and good luck at regionals.
yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
No problem.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too. Bye.